Don't blink, it's your blink. Welcome to the Computer Show. You guys are doing well. You guys are having a wonderful day, and it's 29th May 2025. Today we're celebrating something, and it's the video of today. Whenever I do this, there's always this weird lighting. I wish I could give you guys better. However, I can't. So, okay, I'm gonna try this. What if I did this? Is it a lot better? Liquor and horse, cigarettes and dope and mustard and bologna. A liquor and horse. When I went down. Is that better? Whoa, much better. We're singing like Trailer Park Boys because we're watching Trailer Park Boys. Today's episode of The Life of Ink is taking back control. So lately, I get excited about little things. I get hopeful about little things, right? We were very social today, which is kind of cool because I told you guys yesterday I was having difficulty with mental health. I was going through depression, and when you go through depression, you don't really want to talk to people. Yeah, you don't really want to talk to people. So, but we were social today. It's actually pretty good. We did a TikTok live, which was good. It was 15 minutes. Now, the question the question isn't necessarily making TikTok live. The question is, how well did we make it? So there's time where I've been able to do TikTok live, even though I was depressed, but you can tell that I was having a hard time. Again, the problem with TikTok live is it's in the real moments, right? I don't get to choose when I'm answering people. I have to answer people, right? It's harder. So today we did one. It went really well. I was in a good mood. We had a lot of appetite, which is good. The situation yesterday. Yesterday I had an altercation with the neighbor. I was able to keep my cool. Now, possibly not the best thing to do. Possibly should have told her to fuck off. But at the same time, I'm not affected. But more so today. So yesterday, it was a really cool thing. And you see, it's tough. I'm a guy that gets overwhelmed. I'm a guy that's I don't know, just the fact that. Give me a sec. I have to text somebody which is important to me. I get overwhelmed by life a lot. I get overwhelmed by the situation, what's going on. How can we fix it? How can we work towards a solution? But it's pretty simple, right? When I had the debt with the 13,000, the question wasn't even you love what? Wait, give me a sec. Making fun of me? Language that you speak. Merci. A huge part of the depression. That's so kind. Yeah, I forgot to answer her. I don't know how long this video is gonna be, so that's why I have to answer. I get really overwhelmed by life. Impulsiveness, right? You see me, you guys know me by now. I'm gonna see a situation, I'm gonna get excited, right? That's just part of who I am. That is strictly part of who I am. I've always been that way. I think I will always be that way. It's just part of who I am. Situation, fast reaction. Most of the time, I'm having a confrontation. I'll just leave when it's not finished, and I'll feel bad right after. Most of the time, I'll buy some stuff, and I'll have buyer's regrets right after. So today, this my neighbor, and she's nice. The one yesterday, another one. Somebody threw food out of their window, and she told me, "Hey, is that you?" And she was really cool, and she's really kind. I was like, "No," and she said, "Well, I don't know, because there's not a lot of people that could have done it." And then in my mind, I was like, "Okay, well, I have the proof. I have the proof that today we ate. Today we ate ramen. I have the proof that today I cleaned the apartment, right? I cleaned the apartment today. So I have proof that I didn't do it. The neighbor that was giving me shit yesterday, I got it on camera. Well, I got the audio recording of her threatening me and being a complete asshole, you know? So if something would happen, I do have tool to solve situation. And how about that? For example, today, yes, I did talk to people. Did I talk to people more than I could have? No. Did I talk to people that I didn't feel the need to talk to? No. For example, we talked to three people in particular. Somebody came in, Tita C, talk about Edge Runner. Tita C has always been cool to me, always been a good dude. And Tita C it's kind of cool because he has passion, and when you talk about passion, something that's passionate, it doesn't matter. So a person like that, and again, it's not a insult. But somebody that's passionate like that, right? You'll talk to them about something, and they don't really care about real life. They don't care, and I was like that with anime. My cousin that I saw last 2 weeks was like that because he was talking about magic, right? And it's a case of how can I say that? It's refreshing not to talk about life. Like, for example, you're having a really shitty day, right? And you got a bunch of people that are going to say, hey, how are you? What's going on? Some people are not going to ask you because they don't care. And then you have those people that are just passionate and they're like, that's not my first subject of talking. So we talked about Cyberpunk Edge Runner, which was super cool. Talked to Anna and me, we laughed a lot, which was good. See, Anna was kind of important today to talk to because, well, because Anna, I don't know if I should say that. Okay, well, sorry, Anna, if you're watching this. But Anna was also dealing with situation. So we fell into depression, and she also kind of have depressive episode. So the fact that we kind of live that vicariously in parallel wise, kind of nice because imagine you have this person in your life, right? And you're going through shit, and they're also going through shit, and then you heal, and it didn't heal, you know? Kind of tough. So she's doing better today, which really made me happy because it's one thing to you feel happy, but I am a person that will put others before him. So if somebody's not, for example, Janice is doing better with his family, right? And I'll ask him about how he's doing and everything like that. Now the cool thing with Janice is he's fucking in another country, so I can't do much for him except for giving it advice, right? But even then, like, it's super helpful, and it's never in the sense of we're talking for hours. Yes, we'll talk like an hour every day, so that's cool. And the last person that I talked to was Andrew. And also Andrew is somebody I fucking love. Andrew, reason why I love that guy is because he's always thinking about others. He's super generous. He really thinks about other people before himself. And Andrew is somebody that has my back, you know. There's people that, like, are they trying to use you? Are they using you for clout, for visibility? There was this girl who one day she tells me, hey, you saved my life, because she was going to. But I told her, hey, don't give up. And the next day she asked me for battle. And then I told her I don't do battles, and she blocked me. So I'm like, bro, you're a piece of shit. Andrew is one of those people that I know he's there for me. And it's not necessarily about being there for you. It's just, like I said, it's all the question about Steph and Amy Vendetta. There's people that I know are going to be there for me, and people are going to be there for the spectacle, right? Now, am I saying that you shouldn't be there for the spectacle? No. If you want to be there for the spectacle, be there for the spectacle. I don't give a shit. But if you don't think about the human being behind the content creator, that's kind of shitty. That is kind of shitty. And I don't think that's something that you should do. You do whatever you want, but I don't think that's something that you should do. And that being said, there's a lot going on. For example, with my parents, it was really nice because the first thing I did, I was freaking out when I received the bill, the 30,000 bill, which was solved yesterday, by the way. This is why we're doing better. I was really nervous into the situation of owing money to the government, right? And the fact that I was able to call them yesterday, both, and say, hey, I finally have some good news for you after months of not having good news. My mom was like, did you get a job? And it fucking sucks because my father and I were super alike. We are super alike. So I told him, hey, I have a good news for you. And I wanted to talk to my mom first because my mom, my mom was more helpful towards the situation of the debt. She was more helpful into finding me a solution. My father was more helpful in trying to see the option, right? My father was like more so, hey, I don't have a guarantee that I'm going to be able to help you, but I'm going to try. My mom was like, don't worry, I'm going to help you, right? So I want to kind of call my mom first because she did more for me. and I just think it's more fair to call my mom first. Besides, my mom also handles pressure in a different way and no stress in a bad way. So I know that she was stressing. I know that she wasn't sleeping as well because of that. So if I could reassure her, of course I'm gonna reassure my mom, right? So I talked to my father, and I told him I got a good news, but I want to keep it a surprise because I get excited. My father doesn't work, so I get a call that tells me, "Hey, you don't owe us money." And right away I call my father, and I told him I have a surprise. He's like, "Oh, is it the chômage?" And I'm like, "You piece of shit! How did you know?" And he's laughing because he knows he's right. So then I called my mom, and my mom, she picked up. She was working, and I said, "Steph, I gotta talk." I'm like, "Mom, I need 2 seconds. I'm gonna change your life." We forget that, and she started. We can hear her on the phone crying. And said, "Oh, I'm so relieved. I prayed for you." And I'm like, "Oh, that's so nice, you know." But yeah, so this, and it's so stupid because the good news that you bring is the fact that the bad news you brought. So it's like this girlfriend, right, who breaks your heart. And then she'll come back to you and she's like, "Hey, I'm so sorry. Let's try again." So like, I kind of don't want to try with you, right? She broke your heart, but she's also the one to fix it. But if she didn't break your heart, why would you need to fix it, right? In this case, I'm this guy. I brought a problem. Hey, I have a solution for this problem. This problem was my fault. It wasn't my fault. It wasn't my fault. They fucked me over. They were trying to fuck me over. However, my boss was like, my old boss, not the owner of the company, but the boss was like, no. He can't get there. He cannot drive. You know, so he had my back. Now, if it wasn't for my boss, would I have won? I don't know. So it's not this big victory, but still, I was able to call them and reassure them. And that's taking responsibility for the people that I want to talk to, responsibility for people fucking with me, responsibility for people that I love. I cleaned the apartment today, which felt phenomenal. I cleaned the apartment today, and I didn't clean the apartment in 3 weeks, so it felt really nice, really, really nice. And that's pretty much it. So, also, I've had this great news, but this is more of behind the scene that has nothing to do with it. So every single night I have one vice, right? And this is not the biggest vice, but it's still something. It's so funny. Most of the show that I watch, I need to make content. Most of the video that I do, I need to make content. When I'm not making videos, I'm filming some gameplay. However, there is a show that I like to watch, and it's TikTok battles. I love watching those. So we had the TikTok battles, and I was like, "Yo, my apologies. Let's see what it is." Yesterday we uploaded the clips. Today we're gonna be able to either some working on multi-streaming, or putting some, what should I call it? Putting some effort into multi-streaming. Twitch is not doing well. Twitch is not doing well, at all. If anything, it's really doing bad. So, yeah, I think this is the thing to do. I think it's, yeah. This is also stressful. This I can fix, right? So I'm gonna end here. We have to make a video about Trailer Park Boys, and I got 24% batteries. However, the Switch is completely empty, so that's good. So love you guys. Take it easy.